Georgia was not expected to have her puppies for at least another week, maybe more. But when labor came early, tragedy followed. None of the tiny lives survived. I remember holding them in my hands, each one still fragile, too soon for this world. And Georgia was frantic. Her eyes searched for them, her body ached for them, and her heart shattered. When I brought her home, she paced, whining softly, nudging the empty corners where her babies should have been. She kept looking for them, kept hoping that somehow they'd be there. But they weren't, and the silence was devastating. My heart broke for her. I couldn't stand watching her suffer, with no way to explain, no way to soothe that kind of grief. I posted on social media asking for help. Maybe someone, somewhere, had a litter of puppies who'd lost their mother, and maybe Georgia could still be a mom. Maybe we could give her purpose again. I got a flood of responses, but not for puppies. Kittens. So many people had orphaned kittens needing care, and I thought maybe, just maybe, it could work. So I picked up 3 tiny kittens, barely a few days old. Their eyes still shut tight, their cries thin and desperate. I had no idea how Georgia would react. I was nervous, but desperate. She needed this, and they needed her. When I brought them into the house, she perked up instantly. Her ears twitched, her eyes locked onto the little box they were in. She wasn't aggressive, just alert, curious, and something else, something softer. I sat down with her and gently pulled out the first kitten, holding my breath. Georgia sniffed. Her tail gave a small wag. Then she licked the kitten, once, then again. I exhaled. One by one, I introduced the rest. There were 3 in total, wobbly, fragile things, no bigger than the palm of my hand. And Georgia. She leaned down and began cleaning them, mothering them, pulling them gently against her belly. Her body curled protectively around them. No hesitation, no confusion, just instinct, just love. That first night, they latched onto her, tentative at first, then greedily. They weren't getting much nutrition, so I bottle-fed and supplemented, but Georgia gave them something the bottles never could: warmth, heartbeat, safety, a mother's comfort. She had no idea they were different. I don't think she even cared. They cried like puppies. They crawled like puppies. They needed her, and that was enough. Her instincts were so strong, so pure, it didn't matter that their species didn't match. The bond formed almost instantly. She became their world, and they became hers. Every day was filled with soft mews, gentle licks, and tiny nursing sounds. Georgia cleaned them meticulously. She'd nudge them closer when they strayed too far. She'd whimper if they cried. She knew them. She loved them. And there was one she favored: Gumball. Gumball was the smallest, the most adventurous. She'd often wander off, and every single time, Georgia would gently scoop her up and bring her back to the nest. The other 2, she let roam a little, explore. But Gumball? Georgia had to have her close. Always. They slept curled against her chest, nestled in fur, as she watched over them like a guardian angel. If I took them away to feed them, she'd wait by the door, pacing softly, ears perked, until they came back. And when they did, her tail would wag, and she'd lick them as if counting, making sure none had been lost. It was incredible to witness a mother grieving the loss of her own children find healing in the most unexpected of places. A dog and 3 kittens, an unlikely family born from sorrow, but so full of love, and they thrived. They grew stronger, their eyes opened. They began playing, chasing tails, batting at invisible things in the air. Georgia adapted with them. She gave them space to grow, but remained their constant, always watching, always loving. Eventually, she began to wean them. The nursing slowed, the cleaning sessions got shorter. But she never let them feel alone. Even as they grew more independent, she remained close. She didn't need to mother them constantly anymore, but her heart was still theirs. Then came the time for adoption. Hard as it was, we knew it was right. David, who had loved Georgia deeply from the start, adopted her. He lived with his sister, and she'd fallen in love with Gumball. It was perfect, Georgia and her favorite baby staying together, a bond preserved. The other 2 kittens were adopted by a kind couple who had just lost their senior cat. They needed new love, a fresh start. And the kittens, they brought that, along with a piece of Georgia's heart. She didn't grieve their departure like she had her puppies. No, this time she knew she'd done her job. She'd loved, she'd given, she'd healed, and she had her Gumball. In their new home, Georgia and Gumball are inseparable. They sleep curled together. Gumball still nuzzles Georgia's face, and Georgia still licks her head like she did when she was a baby. That love, that unspoken deep connection, it's still there, unchanged. Georgia's story isn't just about loss, it's about resilience, about the power of love to bridge the impossible, about the beauty that can grow out of sorrow. She taught us something extraordinary, that family isn't always what we expect. Sometimes it's what we choose, sometimes it's who chooses us, and sometimes it's found in the quiet moments when a heart broken by loss decides to love again. Even now, I think back to that desperate night, the empty room, the soft cries that weren't there. And I look at Georgia today, peaceful, whole, fulfilled. And I know we did the right thing. She saved those kittens, and in return, they saved her. This is more than a story. It's a reminder that love has no boundaries, that healing comes in unexpected forms, that motherhood is not defined by biology, but by the courage to open your heart. And Georgia is the purest example of that truth I have ever seen. If this tale moved you, if you felt the tension, the heartbreak, and the triumph, please support our channel by hitting the like button and subscribing. Your support means the world to us and helps us bring more thrilling, emotional, and inspiring stories your way. Leave a comment below and let us know what you think. Do you believe dogs have an extraordinary sixth sense? Share your thoughts and personal stories with us. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.